Hey everyone, welcome to the channel. My name is J-Mick, and today I bring you guys a brand new video on the up-and-coming Call of Duty Black Ops 6 that's going to be dropping next month on October 25th. Today we'll basically be going over my personal experiences and thoughts after playing the play sessions of the beta over the past couple weeks. Basically just kind of filling you guys in on my experiences as a whole. If you didn't get a chance to play it, is the game good or bad from my point of view? And most importantly, is this game going to be worth spending your hard-earned cash for this year? Let's find out. All right, starting off here for the BO6, for the things that I really do like, because there is a lot of positives. There's a very small amount of cons. I will rip off the top and say that right now for you guys. First things first, I know this is a little controversial. There was some people saying that it didn't feel very great. Some people said it felt amazing. Me personally, I played on keyboard and mouse during this beta session. I will say this, the Omni movement, that's the new shiny toy out of this whole Call of Duty experience this year that they brought us, you know, being able to sprint in any direction, dive in any direction, things of that nature. It feels phenomenal. It's so smooth. The way you can move around the map and the way you can go in and out of gunfights is amazing. It's something that I am so glad that they added to the game. I think it's a great addition, and it's only going to make Call of Duty better, and it's only going to make that skill ceiling, skill gap higher, which I think is always great for a shooter when you allow a little bit more room for somebody to get better at the game, to improve and be even better than some of the other competition. Now that being said, the Omni movement does take a little bit getting used to. I'm not going to sit here and lie to you guys. I did pick it up pretty easily when I was playing mouse and keyboard. My buddy Ryan that I play with pretty consistently with Call of Duty, he's on controller. And he said it was pretty easy to pick up as well, but that might not be for everybody, so it might take you some time getting used to the movement and everything, but once you get it down pat, guys, I promise you it's going to be well worth it. All right, now moving into the second point of the pros here for Black Ops 6, I do know that we got a little small sample size, but from what I've seen, what I've played, and what's to be expected on launch, I think all in all, the multiplayer maps are going to be pretty awesome, guys. We have 12 brand new multiplayer maps here. That's going to be at launch. All brand new, no remakes, none of that stuff. 12 brand new 66 multiplayer maps at launch. Now, me personally, multiplayer-wise, I like those medium to small maps. I like getting in gunfights. I like getting a bunch of kills, getting engagements, going on big streaks. And what they have announced is right off launch, these 12 new maps are going to be more on the small to medium size. They're not going to be any big, large maps off the rip of launch, which I think is going to be awesome. Again, this is just my personal opinion, but I think this is going to be a great addition for the game when it is fully released. I think it's going to be great. There was obviously a handful of maps that we got to play during the beta. A couple notable ones that I think is phenomenal myself. Obviously, the gameplay you guys are watching in the background right now. Derelict, that is a great map. One of my favorite ones, honestly, out of the beta. Really enjoyed Rewind. Babylon was added to the second weekend. It's a very small map. A lot of different, 4 main lanes going into one center spot of the map. A lot of kills can be, get done on that map. Pretty chaotic, crazy spawns and stuff, kind of like a shipment, but definitely a little bit bigger. And then of course you had Skyline, which was really played. It's not a bad map. I do enjoy it. I will say though, for the beta purpose, it was just played so much that I got a little tired of it, if I'm not going to lie to you guys. I got a little bored of Skyline. And then, of course, we had Scud and stuff this weekend as well on the beta. I didn't really mind it. I liked the flow of the map. I know a lot of people, though, really disliked it. Out of all the beta maps that we got to play over the 2 weekends of playtest, the Scud was definitely the worst map on the beta, which I could understand why. It's a bigger map out of the ones that we've had. It's still a pretty decently medium-sized map, but with how open it is and the lanes and everything, and that middle choke point by the satellite dish that's broken down, it is kind of annoying because you can kind of get spawn killed a lot. So a little annoying, but all in all, 12 new multiplayer maps, and then I believe they're also going to be giving us 4 brand new strike maps as well. That's one really good addition. We're not going to be using any old recycled maps this year. Right off the rip of launch, we're going to have a brand new fresh start of brand new maps to experience and have fun with our friends with, so I'm pretty excited about that. All right, now the other thing about this game that I really really enjoyed when I hopped into it. It's kind of a two-parter here involving your class build. One, you get a designated melee no matter what, which I think is awesome. But the bigger thing that I found that I really fell in love with was the perk system. Now, I'm going to throw a picture up here again from the Call of Duty post. We're going to throw a couple of these up here during this video, kind of give you guys an insight and show you exactly what we're going to be getting here. Just in case you didn't see the Call of Duty post, I will also put the link to that post, that whole blog article in the description below if you guys want to click that and read through it and see it yourself. This right here is the perk system that they have for multiplayer. As you can see, there is a whole bunch of perks here on the right. It is a 3 perk system. So you basically just pick 3 perks and that's that. But if you guys notice in the middle here, you have combat specialties. And basically what this does is if you pick the same type of perk, same colored perk, so obviously you can see the red, the blue, and the green. If all 3 perks you select are within the same color, you actually get a combat specialty, which gives you an additional perk on top of the 3 that you already have, which is really awesome. All right, real quick, I'll throw up a picture here again of a brief description of the combat specialties if you guys want to pause the video and read through it. But basically, the 3 categories of perks that they have here is the Enforcer, which is the red, Recon is being the blue perks, and Strategist being the green. And then as you guys can see underneath, if you select all the red perks, the Enforcers, you'll be granted the specialty perk. Killing enemies grants a temporary buff to movement speed and health regeneration rate, which is pretty cool. This is the one I was using a lot during the beta. And then the other one that's really cool that I saw a lot of people using is the Recon one, the blue perk system. Enemies can be seen through walls for a short period of time after respawn. A HUD edge indicator flashes when an enemy is outside of your view. Leave no death skulls when killing enemies, which is pretty sick. I died to a lot of people during the beta and they knew exactly where I was at and I was kind of confused, but watching the kill cam back, they spawned right off the rip and they just so happened to spawn close to me because I was near their spawn and they knew exactly where I was and pushed me and took me out. So that's one thing to kind of keep an eye out for playing, but a lot of people were running this during the beta that I saw. Final one is the green, which is going to be your strategist. Earn a score bonus for objectives and destroying enemy content. See enemy content through walls and short distance. Deploy equipment and field upgrades faster. So that's a pretty cool one. Out of the 3, I definitely would say it's probably the one that you don't really want to push for, if I have to be honest. I would definitely push for the red if it was me, if you really want to run and gun. So moving on from that, the last thing I wanted to note to the pros is game mode wise, the game modes that we had to play, the best ones that I found enjoyable with spawns and everything like that, and just the overall flow of the game itself with the maps. Domination definitely takes the cake, with Hardpoint being a close second. Now that being said, the score streaks on this game, guys, they are not easy to get. I'm going to tell you that right now. I think without running the hardline perk, I can't remember exactly what it's called off the top of my head, but without running that and just all dogging it and just playing the game how it is meant to be played, I think the point system, if I remember correctly, UAV is 675 points. And that's your lowest score streak. So that, if you just get kills there, that's almost a 7 kill streak just for a UAV. So it definitely, incentivizes you to play the objective more. In order to get those score streaks a little bit easier while you're in game. But all in all, I think it's a really cool addition that they made, or tweak rather, to the score streak system. And obviously it does reset once you die. I don't know if there's going to be a feature when the game releases where it doesn't reset and it just increases, how high those points are. That's basically it for all the pros though. All in all, the game, for the little time that I did have to play it over the 2 play sessions, it was a phenomenal game. Really excited for it moving forward, and it's definitely, in my opinion, going to be one of the best Call of Duties that we've seen in a pretty long time. So let's pan over here and talk about the cons real quick and wrap this baby up. Alrighty guys, now pivoting over to the cons list. Like I said at the beginning of the video, it's a very short list, so I'll keep it short and sweet. First things first, the pistols that we had access to in the beta were absolutely dog shit. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I did not enjoy them. Out of the 2, the second one was definitely the best. I don't remember the names off the top of my head, but all in all, they're dog shit. I hope that when the game launches, the other pistols that we have available, I would assume we'll probably have 2 to 3 more pistols. Hopefully those are a better option. If not, it's going to be a lot of overkill running for me this year on Black Ops 6, but end of the day, not really a big deal. They could even buff them or tweak them a little bit to make them even more, viable at launch. We'll see. But the last thing on my cons list is the new game mode that they introduced during the beta, which was Kill Order. For some reason, I don't know what it is. I really can't pinpoint what the problem is, why these things happen, but the game ends super quick, it feels like, but it also plays super slow, if that makes sense. So when you're the HVT, I believe you get points the longer your HVT, you know, if the HVT gets kills, things like that, along with, you know, that team getting kills and killing the enemy HVT, you get additional points for that. So it's slow in the sense of the flow of the map and seeing people on a consistent basis, but at the same time, the game score is so low for it that it ends fast before anything really picks up and gets going. And from what I saw, nobody really liked it in the beta. People that streamed it, me and my buddy that were playing, we both didn't like it. Just seems like a weird game mode, not really one that you're going to want to play at launch personally. But rather than that, it just had weird spawns, and you know, that was basically just it. Just the flow, game score, it was really slow and weird paced, and then the spawns were just all over the place. But rather than that, that's really all I have to complain about on the beta so far, you know, besides maybe the little packet burst and, you know, packet losses, things like that, and the stutters that you had during the beta. But at the end of the day, it is a beta. I have all the confidence in the world that Treyarch's probably going to fix all that up and clean it up, and it's going to be a whole lot smoother at launch. But you know, we'll have to wait and see. But either way, I'm super excited for Black Ops 6 to launch. I can't wait to make content on it and grind the camos for multiplayer, zombies, and Warzone. It should be a really great year for Call of Duty, and I'm super excited. And hopefully, you know, even Warzone's really great. We'll have to wait and see. I have no doubt that zombies is going to be phenomenal just because Treyarch always nails it. But either way, we'll have to see. Rather than that, it's been JMIT, guys. Stay safe, have fun, and I'll catch you later.